name is Egor, and I'm RSS here at WaterLogic Canada. And this is another episode of our informational water portal. Today we're going to be talking about distilled water. What is distilled water? How do you get it? What are the uses of it? And most important, what are the health effects that are associated if you decide to consume distilled water every day? Distilled water is essentially water that has gone through a distillation process in where water is boiled and the resultant steam is cooled, condensed, and transformed back into a liquid form. This is one of the oldest filtration methods that has been used on the planet. It has been used in places where water is just too contaminated or just simply unsafe for humans to consume. If you were to take a sample of distilled water and actually test it in a lab, the only two molecules that you would find is hydrogen and oxygen. So essentially it's just pure H2O. If you don't have an access to a lab, there's a much easier way to test your distilled water. Using a TDS meter, which stands for total dissolved solids, it measures the water's impurities using particles per million. So if you were to use this meter and test your distilled water, the number should come out to 0. Opposed to, let's say, if you were testing your city tap in Vaughan, Ontario, Canada, the numbers would fluctuate around 200 particles per million. So who uses distilled water? Most of our clients that use distilled water are in medical industry. They use this water to sanitize their equipment. Distilled water ensures that there's no contaminants that can interfere with the sanitization process. We also have some industrial sector clients that use distilled water as a part of the cooling system within their machinery. Machinery such as forklifts or scissor lifts require 0 dissolved solids in the actual water in order to ensure that when the water comes in contact with heat, it does not leave any minerals on our internal piping. This ensures the proper functionality of the equipment. We also have some clients in food and drink industry that use distilled water to create their products. Some examples of that would be juice and pop. The reason why they use distilled water is to ensure to enhance the flavor of the actual product. Now let's talk about some health effects. We absorb water molecules into our cells through some minerals such as sodium and glucose. When body loses water through sweating and urine output, it loses sodium and other minerals in addition to water. Those minerals must be replaced in order for your body to function correctly. The pH balance of distilled water is actually 7.0. Healthy blood pH has to be anywhere between 7.35 and 7.45. Acidosis occurs when pH of the blood drops below 7.35. Acidosis changes in electrolytes and mineral balance in the body can lead to fluid retention, nutrient deficiencies, fatigue, muscle cramps, headaches, impaired heart rate, and even more dire health consequences such as organ failure. This would be an extreme case if an individual decides to drink only distilled water, does not get any nutrients from any other sources. According to World Health Organization, this and other associated health problems are partially due to the lack of minerals and electrolytes in distilled water, which forces unhealthy changes in delicate balance of sodium, potassium, calcium, magnesium, zinc, phosphorus, and other nutrients that are essential to the human body. It's important to keep in mind that humans do not only obtain minerals through the water they consume. The foods that we eat also contain these minerals as well. To sum it up, we hope that you learned something new today about distilled water. It is our recommendation not to consume distilled water as your only water source. My name is Igor, and don't forget to always stay properly hydrated.